Hello again. It is a Wednesday and time for Wellness Wednesday, brought to you by Aug262020 Martial Arts and Fitness. And may I say the word karate, because it's so much fun. That's why I wanted to say that.
And you're so good at it.
Thank you. Thank you.
We're going to teach you other Japanese words so we can hear you say them too, because you're very good at that one.
Well, so, okay, here's the thing. I just want to warn you that in French, so I went up to grade 9 in French, and my teacher said, you know, you are amazing. He says, your diction is perfect, and you have no idea what you're saying. And I went, yep, you're right. And that's my fear is, you're so good at the diction of a language, and people think, oh, they know it, and they start talking, and you go, I have no idea what you're saying. Not a clue.
That's actually happened to me more than once with, as a voice teacher, there are all sorts of languages we need to learn how to be able to pronunciate. And there have been several times, like an Italian restaurant, where I can do a great order and then they'll speak to me in Italian and I'm done. I don't.
The blank look on your face tells you she has no idea what you're saying.
I'm faking it.
that is Jennifer Neveu, and also joined by Mr. Scott Campsall from Aug262020 Karate, as we say. And today on Wellness Wednesday, talking about getting back into routines. Now, this has been a routine on Wednesdays, which is great for us. But there are so many families out there, I'm sure, looking at the return of a school year and wondering, how do we get back into this thing? On a personal level, how are you guys looking at it and getting people back into a routine? Because it's not just, children going to school. It's the parents making sure they go to school and making sure things are ready, not only when they leave, but when they get home as well.
Yeah, we're day one from us going to try to return to in dojo classes, and the very first thing we came up with was we've got to come up with a schedule. And that took a lot of planning and just trying to work things out and trying to figure out where we could fit all the kids and how. And we had to base our schedule on what we had before Zoom, what we've got during Zoom, what we think is going to come in the fall, and so when we talk about routines, I think you alluded to it even now. Like we do this every Wednesday morning. We know, and I've got it down. I know at 8 o'clock I'm going to listen to you, and I'm going to hear the rundown, and I don't call before you're off the air, and because that doesn't make any sense. And I've got it down to the minute. And I think when you're talking about routines, that's what we're sort of talking about is make it obvious so that we know what time we're doing what.
Yeah. Now, do you actually put a schedule on a wall or anything like that, or is it just kind of implied?
On a Wednesday morning?
No. I'm talking about getting back to school and those kinds of things.
Oh no, I guess everybody's got their own thing. Jennifer's got a calendar on her phone that she lives by. Even right down to things that are just normal, everyday things. All of a sudden, I'll see an alert come up and it's like, there's a spin class this morning. But every Tuesday morning there's a spin class. But that kind of stuff. To have it all timed out, it makes things routines. The biggest, if I can really say it, the biggest secret is to make it obvious. Make sure that you know that this is what's going to happen. And with me personally, I have a never let it happen twice rule. So in other words, if I miss a workout day, then I don't miss 2 in a row. Or if you have a cheat meal day, then you don't do 2 in a row. The structure is really important.
What about the new world and establishing a new structure, because now it involves a face mask, which is important when you walk out the door? Because how do you remind yourself? And how many of us have done that? And I think every single one of us has done this. You hop out of the vehicle, you start to walk toward the store, and you go, mask, forgot.
And I think that'll change.
But it is creating that habit, though, isn't it? A new habit.
Yeah, for sure. And then I think there are some safeguards in place with different facilities where they're recognizing, and we have them too, where we're recognizing that sometimes people forget. So a lot of places have just, the throwaway spares available for, emergencies, and we've got that too. But it's becoming more of a habit for most people to check their, for women to check their purse. They got their phone, they got their wallet, they got their reading glasses, whatever, and their mask. So lipstick sales are dropping dramatically, I'll tell you that. But,
Yeah, I can imagine, yeah. Well, and I don't know how many people are yawning, and you have no idea, right?
Yeah, so we have no idea how boring our classes are when the kids have their masks on. So.
Yeah, everybody paying attention. Oh yeah,
we just need to watch their eyes, see if they're sleeping.
Exactly. Well, you mentioned exercise, so part of some of the routines that we get out of are things like exercise, because we get into the summer, and as I mentioned earlier, we've been looking at an extended March break since March, so a lot of routines have just gone out the window. How do you get back into that exercise? And although I should pick up on something Scott said, I love that idea, never twice. One day, but then the second day you've got to change things again.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting. Back at the gym now, and even just out and about and seeing people who we see on a regular basis, and previously, 6 months ago, we would have seen them on a regular basis too. A lot of us have put on that COVID 10 or 15 or 20 or whatever it is. And so that's going to be really daunting for people to try to get that off and just get back into the routine. So doing, I like that too with what Scott said of 2 days, don't screw it up 2 days in a row. Or how did you put that? Don't screw
Never skip twice.
Never skip twice.
Obviously, my wife listens to me, yeah.
But
that's why we're doing the show. Make sure you guys stay together over the years.
I know. But the routine of making sure that you're getting back to who you want to be and what makes you feel best is going to be really, really important now. And a lot of people, their mental health is declining so rapidly that their physical health is declining too. And it's hard to get back into a routine when you're that low. So taking those first steps of whether it's if you feel like joining a gym or if you feel like joining a martial arts class or fitness classes or just getting out and walking, it's just starting that journey and then creating that routine. I've lived by it on my phone, like Scott said, but I'm also a paper and pencil girl, and I've got it all I need to see it in front of me of what I'm doing when, and I actually allocate my workout times, like my own times, not my clients, not my students, not my classes, but my own times. I actually write it right in my schedule. I have to, because if I don't, I will find other ways to work, and then I leave me out. So I think we got to put me first sometimes.
But that we are the kings and the queens of self-sabotage, aren't we?
Oh, yeah, for sure. And I'll speak from a mom's perspective. We're really good at that stuff. We're really good at putting everybody else's needs first, our kids, our husbands, our partners, our parents, whoever it is, because there's a sense of responsibility, and that's what we have to do, and we got to keep things going. And while that's not untrue, if you don't put your own face mask on or your own oxygen mask on before somebody else's, then you got to take care of you before you can take care of other people.
Well, good habits obviously are a big part of this too, and we can slide during off times. Like as I said, March break is extended from March all the way till now, and often a part of that is food and the way we eat. Do you find you changing? As the kids are getting back to school, like you're changing as a family, eating anything differently?
Yeah, actually, well, like once COVID hit, then it was really easy to sit. And when you're sitting, then you go, okay, well, I can eat this or I can drink that, now we got back to work. We started doing in-class or on-site classes at the beginning of August, and I noticed just that alone changed my diet. Like all of a sudden now I've got regulated meal times, and there's not as much snacking, and there's
But when we were in lockdown, I didn't have. Previous to that, I don't have time in my own schedule to really take the time and make big meals. But when we were in lockdown and we don't have classes to get to, or the schedule is much more flexible. Boy, I became quite the chef and making big meals pretty regularly and baking, which I don't normally do, and doing all sorts of stuff. And by now, getting back into that routine, for us, what really works well are the meal kits. Like we do good food and stuff like that, where it's more portioned and it's faster and it's, a lot more vegetables, that type of stuff.
And I guess with the exercise component, it's using whatever you have at home, plus supplementing it with programs like karate or, a fitness class with yourself, Jennifer. And, I bring this into the fold because it happens to be National Dog Day, but something as simple as walking the dog. I know, Scott, that's part of your routine.
Oh, yeah. And actually, I had a black lab before I had the dog that I got now. And the reason I had him is when I got diagnosed with colon cancer and I was on chemo. And that one of the reasons why I got the dog was because I thought, okay, you're going to have to get up and you're going to need something that's going to make you do that. And we talked about this before. If it's not, if I don't go out, he goes in. So no, we got to go and we got to make sure that routine is put in place. But going back to what you're saying about working out at home, I think when we got into lockdown, that was the hardest thing for me to deal with, was that I had at that point a schedule where I was going to the gym and I had workouts that I had already planned out. And when you're all of a sudden home, and at that point we couldn't go to the gym. We got back from Punta Cana, so we were in quarantine for the first 2 weeks of all the lockdown. And I was like, okay, how am I going to exercise? And so you're trying to come up with different ideas and different routines. And I still did half decent workouts, but then when I was able to go back in the gym again, and this is one thing that I've noticed even from the other members that are coming in now, and they're all saying the same thing. Oh, I miss this so much, but wow, I wasn't doing what I normally would have done. So there's definitely
even just for lack of equipment.
Yeah, just for that, it was. Again, you're still doing good workouts, but it's not the same. And once you've got a structure in place, it definitely makes a difference. But I think getting started is the big thing. I'm seeing a lot of people that are coming back to classes and a lot of people that are coming to the gym. But technically, I personally think they're sort of the diehards. They were the ones that missed it the most, and they're the ones that are excited. It'd be a lot nicer, I think, and hoping in the fall that people will end up starting to take stock of their lives. And like you said, never skip twice. So if you want to go work out, get up, don't talk about it, go do it. And if you have a day where you don't go in or you break up that routine, then you just get back on the horse and keep going.
Well, if this is the new normal, not a bad time to start a new routine and take this forward, moving through the rest of what is 2020. But you want to establish some of those good habits. If somebody is interested in either one of the fitness classes or getting involved in karate, how can they do that with you guys?
They can give us a call. Our work number is 905-852-1521. They can check us out online at www.okamikai.com, which is OKAMIKAI.com. Or they can find us on Facebook. We're both on Facebook. Okamikai Martial Arts and Fitness is on Facebook. You can ping us a message, and we are very prompt in responding.
Now I'm checking you. What's on the agenda now? You hang up the phone. Where are you going from here?
What time is it? It's 8:30. We're going to go to the gym. I have a high-intensity interval training class to teach this morning. Scott's going to go work out, and then when I'm done teaching, I'm going to do my own workout. And then we've got other stuff going on during the day, and then tonight we've got 4 hours of martial arts classes we'll be teaching.
I knew you'd have an answer. How about you, Scott?
I think she answered everything.
There you go.
Yeah,
what she said.
He's with me.
That's a safe one.
To me, but I listen to her.
That's a safe one. I'm with her.
yeah, absolutely.
It's a safe one.
Working out, and actually, I got to take my kid to a tea time. He's playing golf today. So.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Well, it still is summer, and kids aren't quite back to school as of yet. Listen, guys, thanks for your time this morning.
Thank you for having us.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye. That is Scott Campsall and Jennifer Neveu from Okami Kai Karate.